Uh, Good afternoon, and I think so on 4th October, with a brilliant sunny weather outside and cold breeze uh, attracting everybody. I think the most perfectly under the chairmanship of Mark Hansen, we are discussing the important aspect about the maternal nutrition. I was constantly hearing different presentations, and I'll present the details about India, but I think so a lot can be done through FIGO, through the initiative. A lot can be done through the ambassadors. A lot can be done through networking within the country. Because myself, as the president of FOXY, we have 32,000 gynecologists, 232 member society. So a lot can be done. But what I was feeling is we were missing the most crucial part. We are only focusing on, we are the last action hero, because the patient, when they come, she's pregnant, either she's too obese or she's too anemic. She's well nourished or undernourished. I think so the whole issue doesn't start there. The issue starts much earlier, and that is what I think so we are missing, because the moment we understand that, the connectivity of everything will fall into place, and we can make a big impact on this maternal nutrition issue, especially related to female. Nutrition has always been a challenge, and if you see, we're talking about that mother who is pregnant, but we are forgetting from which cycle she has come on. For example, if we see 75% of the women in India are anemic, 33% are undernourished. That itself is a challenge, and that doesn't come straight when she's pregnant. It comes much earlier. By 2030, we'll have 100 million diabetics in India, of which 40% will be females. So the GDM will be on the upsurge. So I don't think so we can handle all these women when they're already pregnant, already obese, already having GDM, or already they're anemic, or already they are undernourished. A lot of prevalence of underweight, 45%, but equal number. In fact, we always used to tell geographically India is so varied that in one area it is different in another area. And myself from Bombay, we used to find that in Bombay we had the richest people in the world and the poorest people living together. So I think so we have to understand what we are missing. We are missing the most important link right from the birth of a woman, how things go wrong. And that is why by the time she's ready, maybe in adolescent, where again it goes wrong, and when she becomes pregnant, and that's the time we come into picture. So we cannot correct that phase which was not in our control, which comes in our control much later. So we have around 7.4 million low birth weight babies, and we have to understand right from the time when somebody is born, we miss those first 5-6 years. We're talking about the maternal nutrition, it's correct. But those 5-6 years when that person has to be nourished, has to have iron, has to have protein, has to have satisfactory diet. Other spectrum, if we see, they are overfed, overweight. So we have to correct the mindset and the thought process, because if we change our mindset, it will change into the patient, it will change into the family, it will change into the physician. Because if you're going to address the issue at the last moment, it is not an easy way by which we can. This we can innovate, we can implement, we can have an impact. We have to see that when the child is delivered, as we pay adequate attention to postpartum nutrition, we want to give, of course, nutrition both to male and female child, but when a female child is delivered, we have to educate the mother and the family that she is supposed to be taken more care of right from birth, not when she becomes pregnant. So iron biscuits, weekly supplements, iron rich, because by the time 5 years, 6 years when they join school, they have missed a lot of important time. So that is one time when through networking, through education, through mass communication, we can really make a big difference. Once they are in school, obviously they are under inspection, so they will get good nutrition. Again, 30 to 35% may not go into the school. So again, we have to take care of the nutrition of the girl child in general, because it will then keep making changes. When they become adolescent, of course, modern adolescent, rich or poor, they're busy in their adolescent activity. And they are not really focused to what is being taught anywhere. So you have to actually educate the parents and the family how they have to educate the adolescent. Because even if you have good classes during the school which are focusing on education, half of the time they are not paying attention, or probably they are skipping those classes. So it's important to have those nutrition classes, but it's more important to change the mindset of the parent that if you will not pay focus, either your female child will be too obese, or will be malnourished, or will be ill-nourished, which means that in spite of prosperity, she may be starving of iron, folic acid, vitamin D, many other things, and on the other side, she may be obese. So basically, I think so in the adolescent, we have to see that she has an appropriate BMI, the nutritional status, supplements, as few people mentioned from other countries, that very often supplements are provided. But are supplements absorbed properly? Maybe either because of worms, or maybe either because of infection, or maybe because of GI disturbance. Many times these supplements are not useful. And are only supplements enough? Proteins are necessary. And as Mark rightly pointed out, that we have to pay a lot of attention of adolescent on fitness, on basic fitness. The moment the person is fit, active, because that is equally important part as we focus on nutrition, micronutrients, supplements, and many other things. So a lot of things starts much before when the patient thinks of becoming pregnant. Education plays a very important role, and the education is not necessarily of the education of the adolescent, education of the entire family, so that they pay attention to that adolescent, and then that adolescent will pick up right habits, right way of eating, right way of physical activities, right way of living, and automatically things may become more responsible and more easy. Now, how do we reach to a huge country? It's only through information access. In today's time, communication is very easy. So I think so if we have a society of 32,000 gynecologists, and when FIGO is targeting, FIGO targets a huge amount of network through which proper messages are given to the practitioners, who conveys it to the family practitioners, who reaches to this deserving girls, adolescent, because very often we come across them when they are already pregnant. So I think so that is one area we should not miss, and that connectivity is very, very important. And the adolescent female is pretty vulnerable on either side, but you can educate and make a lot of changes. Once in pregnancy, there is a double issue. There are a lot of time when the nutrition is poor, or food fads, etc. Healthy women is told that you have to eat for 2 or maybe 2.5, and that is from where a lot of GDMs, a lot of problems starts. A properly obese patient is eating twice for a pregnancy. PIHs, GDMs, and all those things increase. So you have to give the folic supplements earlier, iron and other part, and you have to give an optimum type of diet. And this can reach only through educational program, public information, campaigns which goes all over the country, which improves the awareness and which improves the entire nutritional goal, which FIGO is taking in serious fashion. And I personally feel it can really hit very nicely if it percolates through networking and to the mindset which we have to try and understand. Postpartum is a period fantastic for the mother. So we will obviously take care of the nutritional requirement as far as the mother is concerned, whether it's iron, calcium, good nutrition, some physical activity, vitamin E, energy-rich food. But in the postpartum period, you are going to educate that you have a girl child. And you have to start taking care from that period, because once you start taking care from that period, then a mindset is very clear, because that's the girl child who is going to become pregnant at 21 or 22 or earlier. So I think so it makes a lot of difference by educating these people. Diet myths are common everywhere. Very often when there is illness or hunger, people say you consume food because during weakness, certain food will be useful, certain food will not be useful. We have to understand it's the quality of food which is more important than the quantity of food. It's not abnormal, because even in India there are so many communities. On eastern side, Bengal has its own pattern of eating, south it has its own pattern of eating, Gujarat has its own pattern of eating. There's equal amount of veg and non-vegetarian eaters. In fact, incidentally, to best of my knowledge, the non-vegetarian eating people in India has increased compared to vegetarians. But again, if you're not well, if you're going to stick to suji and some fixed product, because the digestive system doesn't take place, we have to make them understand they have to take food which is rich in vegetable soup and many other things. There are a lot of things which are followed worldwide: garlic, curry leaves, methi, many other things which are useful both in digestion and lactation. I think so many things which are of core values, world over, a lot of things about yoga has been spread. But we have to understand that those things has to be brought home in every country, whether it is mother or whether it's otherwise. Hydrating the women, hydrating it properly, not too much more, not too much less. We have plenty of organization. We have the National Nutrition Monitoring Bureau, the Food and Nutrition Board, Ministry of Women and Child Development, Indian Nutrition Profile, National Institute of Nutrition, UNICEF, and so many other things. And as mentioned, that every country has mother and child program. But mother and child program gives no importance to nutrition of the women. I mean, so many things. In fact, when we discuss with these people, very often they were collecting data and the implementation would start after 3 years. So if the implementation starts after 3 years, then we are already missing those 3 years wherein we can take care of the adolescent, pregnant, and the nutritional. That is where what I was feeling is Foxy with 32,000 members and FIGO, we can make an impact, because we can go directly and minimize this duration of planning, and the implementation really takes a long time. According to me, this is one of the most, I'm an endoscopist, I've done 35,000 endoscopic surgery, I have an IVF center, but I think so the initiative what FIGO has taken on nutrition, I think so it needs more in-depth thought process that how we change, whether it's America, whether it's Canada, whether it's India, whether it's Pakistan, whether it's Saudi Arabia. It won't be a standardized guideline for all, but the thought process has to be clarified. I think so that will really make a big difference. Finally, you have to remember that optimum nutrition is the medicine for tomorrow. And this is not only for a pregnant lady, this is for any woman. So once we have the mindset that we have to start from birth, then automatically things will start improving. And obviously at the crucial time when they're adolescent and when they're pregnant, it makes things easier. Thank you very much.